Hi there, Original Soul. Thank you for showing up to this Mind, Body, Spirit reading and bringing your energy. All right, we'll jump into the cards, shall we? Add a little tarot. But so far, we've got out from your mind the message of courage, from your body, the message of empathy, from spirit, a message around grief, and then underlying energy of gratitude. All right, so we'll start with courage. What a beautiful, bright image on this card. And courage says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. All right, so some sort of change or a transformation could be going on. Right? Is there something you've been afraid to do, move forward with, say, act on? What might that be? But fear is oftentimes, one of those emotions or feelings or limitations that we're sort of imposing on a lot of situations. Right? Not always, but usually. Right, so your mind wanting you to tap more into courage. All right, so let's get some cards out here with courage. All right, so Page of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe there's something with your career or your home life. Maybe there's something new that you want to learn, a new job or a venture that you want to go after. Right, some sort of new path that you want to go down. Right, something that maybe is calling to you that may involve, most things do, some sort of effort. But there's this sense of like joy or excitement around that. Yeah, something that is a little bit more fun and exciting. All right, so what might this be for you where you need to bring in more courage, right? That's what your mind is encouraging you to do, facing fear with confidence and going after, right, this new opportunity, this new beginning, this maybe different path, something that you're wanting to explore. And maybe this is something that, is new to you. Right? Maybe you're trying a new job in a totally different sort of sector or arena, right? And that can be a little bit scary, especially if you felt really well versed in what you were doing before, and now you might be kind of a beginner or a newbie or something like that. Right? But allowing yourself to give that a shot, because that is where I feel like your excitement is leading you to something promising, right? So trusting that inner voice, trusting your instincts here. Okay, let's move on to message from your body with empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Some pretty soft colors in this mandala here. A beautiful image. It looks like a flower on the inside. All right, so seeing both sides of a situation. We'll get some cards with this here. But trying to remember to take out any judgment maybe of others or how others may respond or how they might even be making their choices or living their life. Because you don't have necessarily all the same information they have. You didn't live their exact experiences. You don't have their brain, their heart, right? They've got their own callings. So if that is for anyone out there, right, maybe softening and just bringing in compassion if you have felt even confused or upset or just judging maybe what someone close to you might be doing. For others of you, you might be empathic. Your body may be really well in tuned and giving you messages. You could even pick up other people's energy. And so that may give you a little bit of insight as well into what someone else might be feeling or even thinking a little bit. But being open to the signals and messages from your body, right? A lot of times we can kind of push some of those away, right? Especially if you have like a really busy life, a lot going on, right? Let's say you start to feel sad or even maybe you want to cry about something, and that could be something that you kind of shove down or ignore, right? Or even your body could be giving you this feeling of excitement or nudging you to maybe, right, take on this new pinnacle, this new path. And you may just push that aside as either not being logical, or again, what excuses of maybe fear, may you be making with that situation. And so you may push that down and ignore it. So really encouraging you to tune into your body, listen to those messages from your body, right? And communicating with your internal systems. All right, let's see here. So we've got Six of Swords and the Fool, and then I'm seeing Fool 2.0 on the bottom of the deck. So let me hold these up here. Six of Swords. A lot of times this can be walking away from something to start something new. Look how that dog is taking this huge leap of faith, jumping right over that beautiful pink flower. We've got pink flowers in this card as well. So maybe pink flowers, bees, rabbits, turtles, right? Maybe signs or synchronicities for you here. Right, but Six of Swords is maybe leaving a situation. Although in this card, it looks like Rabbit has been waiting and waiting and waiting for Turtle to show up. So there could be something that you feel like is taking a really long time. You don't really understand. Again, maybe that's where this empathy and compassion can come into play. And maybe even not trying to figure out what someone else is thinking, right? Just worrying about your own mindset, your own actions, your own thoughts, right? But she's kind of got her suitcase packed. She's dressed like to the nines in this beautiful green velvet dress. She's got her heels on, ready to go. And then there's Turtle just finally showing up to the party here. So this could be walking away from something to start something new. This could be like you've been waiting for something to show up until you can start something new. But it does seem like you're ready to move forward in some sort of way. There's some sort of gateway kind of opening up for you here. And for others of you, this could even be a reboot of a situation that maybe didn't quite go well the first time. That could have to do with relationship, even with the Hierophant underneath that card there. So yeah, I don't know who that might be for, right? But again, maybe some sort of reboot of something or new opportunities. So we do have a lot of new energy coming in with the Ace, the Page, and the Fool and Fool 2.0. All right, so really listening to your body and the messages from your body when these things come into your awareness or your field, and taking those signals seriously, right? Starting to build your power of intuition and trust with yourself, right? Because you're the one that can make the best decisions for you and nobody else. Okay, let's move on. Message from Spirit surrounding grief. Let me hold this up. Got a lot of this orange energy, so you could feel maybe even blocked in your creative center or your emotional center, even with sort of your dealings or relationships with other people. That could be something that has been maybe even suffering a little bit, especially if you have lost someone or something in your life. So grief, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, right? And the grief card and gratitude card really, even the messages in the book kind of went hand in hand. So again, understanding that if you've lost something, right, there is this opportunity to realize how much you appreciated that, maybe how much you loved someone or something. Wow, we have so much new energy coming out here. Look at this, another Ace, Ace of Cups and 10 of Cups. So going from the Ace to the 10. That is really, really beautiful. For some of you, there could be, maybe you did lose a family member or some sort of relationship ended. Or even maybe you got fired or lost a job or something that you really cared about. All right, but there is a new opportunity that is coming in to fill up your heart space. I'm picking up on these two swans in the Ace of Cups. So this could be a love situation for some of you that really has the potential to lead to a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, emotional fulfillment, right? Maybe this involves even family or starting a family, right? We've got this little hippo sitting on the dad's lap, reading a book. Maybe it's the Velveteen Rabbit. Got a little puppy there as well. I'm just really feeling joyful. This could even be about blending families too. But maybe there was something that had been really holding you back, whether this is maybe control in some way. Maybe there was even control from your family, or maybe some sort of habit or pattern that you have within you that really you might even be breaking, right? Grief can definitely get us stuck in a loop of sorrow, depression, and really focusing on what you don't have anymore. All right, so Spirit is really reminding you to see all that you appreciated about whatever this thing might be that you are sad about and grieving. Right, and knowing that, right, for most of us, you're not going to stop, like if it was someone that passed away, right, you're not going to stop necessarily missing that person in the physical world, but knowing that, right, in the spirit world, like everything is reunited, we are all connected, and maybe you even get messages from an ancestor or a loved one that might be on the other side, right, and so once you can maybe unblock a little bit of that sadness and start to get a little bit more into, right, feeling gratitude, which we'll get to here in just a minute, for that person, place, or thing, that's when things really start to open up. Your heart can open up a little bit more. You'll start to see that there are more things to love. There is joy. And again, something definitely new coming in for you, or that wants to come in for you. And we've got two aces, this page, the Fool. All right, so let's see here with gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And again, grief was reminding you, right, that that's an opportunity to realize how much you love and appreciate something. So looking at some of your challenges, or maybe even some of your fear that you might need a little courage to move through and push past, right, being thankful for that. I think we all know at this point, not everything in life is easy. Not everything is handed to you. Some challenges are harder to move through than others. Sometimes we make challenges even a bigger deal than they might be. I mean, I am definitely one of those people who I can put things off and kind of avoid, or kind of run through all this stuff in my head and overthink, do all these different things. And then I finally deal with it and take care of it. And it was like 5 minutes of my time and way easier than I thought it was going to be. Right. But there's sort of that fear loop coming in. Or again, maybe you're kind of placing some assumptions of something that happened to you in the past is going to be happening again. And maybe this new situation, or even this reboot situation. Yeah, with the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, you could have a lot of heartbreak in your life or in the past. This could be really feeling, stabbed in the back by friends, or even stabbed in the heart. Things that you used to celebrate are now, really hurting you in some way. So there could be even some sort of addiction, potentially. But again, just specifically maybe in relationships here, there has been some pain, some heartache, and again, not placing, just because that happened with a different person or other people, maybe multiple people, doesn't mean the next person you meet or the next situation that you get into will be exactly the same here. All right, let's see. What do we get with gratitude, though? So moving past heartbreak, not letting that drive everything. Like I said, you may have some blockages. I think this came up recently as well with your emotional center, your creative center. So really working with that message from the body of tapping into those signals and your empathy. But okay, here with gratitude, we've got King of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Temperance. And the King of Wands is really courageous. Look at these colors together. Right? And courage is that Leo energy in the tarot. And then we've got the lion here, which is symbol for Leo. So with the King of Wands here, you know, that may be some really strong energy that is surrounding you right now, where you really do go after the things that you want, right? You take yourself as a priority. You're willing to face your fears. So getting into this gratitude mindset, if something does feel challenging for you, that's an opportunity for you to grow stronger, to use your courage, and to really tap into the fact that you do have internal power. All right, so seeing that more as an opportunity and being grateful for that. With Knight of Swords, this could be about communication. Maybe you are communicating with somebody, and there's something you need to say, or you might get some sort of messages coming towards you. And just being willing to do that. Right? The Knight of Swords is confident, just like the King of Wands, kind of going full speed if you look at this card. So as we were talking about before, maybe there's been something that you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for. Maybe all of a sudden that comes through, or maybe all of a sudden you decide to take some sort of action. And again, this could be with like actual communication with another person. But whatever this is, right, brings in balance. I love seeing Temperance here at the end. Right, things are being integrated and alchemized. This is something too that is going to maybe even be a little more lighthearted or a little bit more fun, especially if you've been in grief energy, or if things have just been really serious or stuck even. So whatever this King of Wands, Knight of Swords is, again, maybe this is you taking a step forward, taking some sort of action, moving in the way that you've committed to in your mind, because you've been listening to those nudges from your body and your soul. And then that brings in balance, that brings in harmony, and that could even bring harmony and balance to another person. All right, so that is with gratitude. And then trust under that. Like I was just saying a lot here about listening to your body, trusting those signals. So definitely, moving forward, taking action in a confident way, right? With trust, with faith, with that knowing that you do know what to do and your wants and needs are important. All right, so this actually feels like a really good positive reading. And that doesn't mean things are really easy right now, but if you can step more into that courage, listen to your internal voice, and start to maybe look at that other side of grief, right? Getting more into the gratitude mindset and taking time to maybe honor someone from your life, and really just put out that energy of how much you love and appreciate them, and then just allow things to open up a little bit more. Okay, well, that is the message that we've got here from your mind, body, spirit. I hope there was something here for you, and until next time, peace.